At halftime, your USF Bulls are tied with North Texas 21-all. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter, along with one of the fans that came out to Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. What's your name? Richie, right?
Richie, yes, sir, Pete. Richie.
Richie, how do we start off this show? As you know him, you love him, you got to have him. Go ahead.
Hey, man. Hey, let's say bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense.
There you go right there. And I tell you right now, you have to love the fact that this Bulls team resilient, an ugly first quarter, 3 turnovers there, including an interception and a couple fumbles. But credit to where credit is due. This defense keeping them in the game. North Texas only able to score 7 points off of those turnovers. The Bulls, on the other hand, get a gift. We always talk about it, right? Offense, defense, special teams. Special teams haunts North Texas. They're getting the ball back on a punt after USF is stopped on third down. And the Bulls are in business after they recover that. I don't know what was going on there. 5 seconds. You run it all the way down. A perfect play call there to Eccles, wide open in the end zone, and they tie the game up. So, listen, this offense hasn't necessarily played their best football. Brown hasn't necessarily played his best football. But once again, it's all about complementary football here, Richie, where the defense is picking up the slack.
Agreed. Like you said in the beginning, both teams were going to come out, with high-powered offense. We saw that, but we definitely those mistakes by USF again. 2 fumbles, 1 interception. But USF turned around the second quarter with 2 interceptions. Now, is it Meesmaker? Is that how he pronounces his name? Over at North?
Metzmaker.
Metzmaker.
And listen, by the way, coming into the game, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. Your buddy right there, Jalen Schuler, with a big-time interception, which changes the momentum of the game because North Texas is going in there to score a big-time interception play, which, once again, USF takes advantage of.
Right. He's capitalizing on those turnovers.
Yep.
When we get the run game going on a little bit more, we've definitely got a lot of players on offense that who can push the ball, but USF is just mentally kind of breaking down a little bit. So hopefully, now that they get the ball in the second half, hopefully they can carry that moving forward and pull out the W in this game.
You look at the game stats here. Byron Brown, 13 for 17, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pretty pass there to Jeremiah Koger. A little subtle push-off, but beautiful pass. The only play is for Koger to catch the ball, catches the ball to tie the game up. And once again, you get a touchdown by Eccles right before the half there. They also had DeClona, the transfer from Wisconsin, had an interception. Once again, USF takes advantage of it. So right now, as we predicted in the pregame show, it would be an offensive battle. I will give credit to where credit is due. Once again, the defense keeps the offense in the game, has kept this team in the game, and USF getting the ball back in the second half. Give me a key to the game going forward for this USF Bulls team to move on with the win.
Oh, man, just not to have any more mental mistakes. I think USF always plays best when they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting to realize now, hey, wait a minute. We started off the season really, really strong. We've had strong games against the other team. Charlotte, I was a little bit scared there for a little bit. So, hey, we can take on North Texas. I know that they're 5-0 and stuff, but hey, we're USF. We've beat 3 ranked teams. We've definitely got the tools if we can just put it all together.
All right. Now, you came here before a couple weeks ago. We're doing this away watch party here live at Tampa Joe's. If you don't know, USF Bulls fans, get out here for away watch parties in a couple weeks because it's all setting up. If you take care of business tonight versus North Texas, you got FAU at home. and then you play Memphis. We'll be right here at Tampa Joe's 93-16. Great food, great atmosphere, and you won tickets. How were those tickets at South Carolina State?
Oh, man, I tell you what, great seats, great section. You got right on like the 10-yard line, and it was great to see the USF Bulls coming out. They had a grudge on their shoulders because of the game against Miami, and man, they just took South Carolina State to town. So those, I appreciate it to you and to Tampa Joe for those tickets.
Absolutely.
Really,
and keep on coming out. And I told you, bring your Bulls fans, bring your friends out here and tell them they're more than welcome. Other statistics in this game: Byron Brown, 18 carries for 73 yards with 1 touchdown. Koger, again, Jeremiah Koger, 2 catches for 27 yards here. You got to do a better job when it comes to passing for Brown. As much as I love him, when he's got the mobility, if you're getting that sack, you can't fumble the ball. You've got to win the turnover battle. You got to get rid of the ball quicker here. You got to make quicker decisions. And I feel like you've got to come out here and score. Maybe put this game away, because the way the defense is played, although I still think it's going to be a high-scoring battle. You look at the rest of the numbers at this point with the players on the other team there. We talked about Messamaker, 14 for 20, 157, the 1 interception. Right there from Jalen Schuler. I thought it was 2 interceptions, actually. I thought it was 2.
It is 2 interceptions.
Okay.
We got 2 interceptions.
It's 2 interceptions, 14 for 21, 157, 2 touchdowns. McGill, 5 for 28. Hawkins, 8 for 23. So the Bulls defensively have been able to do a good job of keeping North Texas at bay when it comes to the running game here. Haven't seen a lot of big plays. Tell you what, let's go out to the commenters here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television as we get you ready for the second half. As I'm watching Bull J24 right there on Twitter. Thanks a lot for reposting it. Welcome to the American Conference officiating. If this is your first time, not my first time, somebody needs to have an investigation on what pass interference is. You could see Alex Golish absolutely going crazy on the sideline there, because consequently the ball was thrown on the sideline. How can you call the defensive player for the Bulls with pass interference when the ball is uncatchable? I don't understand it. I get it. We're trying to have a close game here, but call it right. And you can see it. I mean, am I in the twilight zone here? I thought it had to be a catchable pass in order for it to be called pass interference.
And rightfully so. Golish is getting fired up about it. I mean, every right to. The ball, like you said, was not catchable at all. Player was nowhere near the vicinity. It was not catchable at all. Horrible call by the referees in this game. So I think there was also a couple of holding calls that we kind of saw, and some of like the slow-mos as well.
On the touchdown going for 4th down, you're talking about that when they took the 21-14 lead, which, by the way, they go for it on 4th down twice tonight and get it. One of the plays there looked like the Bulls defender had the guy in the backfield, but running back is able to slip the tackle, accomplish the 1st down there, and then Messamaker making a mess of things, if you will, with the quarterback option, sneaking it. Bulls defender not there. You saw a hold. I saw a hold, and yet there's nothing called. So I don't understand what we're doing here.
Right. It's just very, very frustrating. You know, hopefully, you don't want to put the game in the referee's hands over here.
Correct.
USF just got to keep the ball.
Correct.
Maybe get Isaac involved a little bit more for that run game. Let's make the defense even more tired, because we've shown that we can take it to them.
Yes.
They got a high-powered offense, throwing game, obviously. But let's get that run game going on maybe in the second half, and that might actually
And
be
you
one
can't
of the
turn over the ball. You can't make those
100%.
middle mistakes, because when you give the team like this, who's highly explosive and is looking for that win right now, they've got a sold-out crowd. They're flying high right now. They want that second opportunity. You can't give that team that second opportunity. You're exactly right. Thank you very much for tuning in right there. They're not stopping the Bulls. They're stopping themselves. Don't forget the bad ref calls. Absolutely. Bull J, thank you very much for reposting the stream there. Brian Baker, even the game versus Bama wasn't anything to sneeze at. Again, this Bulls team, Alex Golish has them ready. You go into a hostile environment. They're 5-0 since 1959. You know what's to be expected, and this Bulls team is ready to play, although, once again, a slow start, and it's a shame because the offense had some flashes of brilliance there, but Brown's trying to make plays happen, and at that point, sometimes you just got to live to fight another day. You can't give up the ball there, and we've seen the Bulls give up the ball, put the ball on the ground tonight. You can't have 3 turnovers in the first quarter. That's not a winning formula for winning football. Again, 7 turnovers the last 5 quarters. for this Bulls team, so they got to do a better job. We talked about it. Whether it's NFL, whether it's college football, whether it's high school football, you got to take care of the football. Give me another key here, and we'll get out to your second half with the USF Bulls taking on the North Texas Mean Green there.
So we've seen this before in the past. About a couple of years ago, we kept Bama down to 17 points, and then a few games later, we let UAB come in and score, I think like 38 points or something like down there. So we have the tools. I think it's just making sure that we stay calm.
Yes.
Making sure that we don't, become complacent in our success that we have, because it seems that all of these losses always stems from us shooting ourselves in the foot rather than something that the defense is like doing against us.
All the things we talked about, you look at the numbers, right? 228 for the Bulls right now, 229 for North Texas, 132 rushing yards for the Bulls, 72 for North Texas, 96 passing. I mean, kind of what we expected at the end of the day. 3 for 6 on third down for the Bulls, 3 for 7 for North Texas. So a very evenly matched game. But what's the difference? The turnover situation. Once again, the Bulls get that turnover before the half and they tie the game up. We'll get the ball in the second half. We'll continue to read these comments and we'll get out to your second half here. Live from Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Once again, I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Richie, Bulls fan right there. The Bulls can't beat Clemson. Stop it. Stop trolling me. Baker Mayfield could beat the Bulls. Bucks versus the Bulls. Bucks win all day long, Peter. Bulls J24 refs walked them down the field. Yeah, I don't understand it. And it wasn't just only pass interference call in that drive. There was another one, a very egregious, if you will, with some of the calls tonight by the refereeing crew. The Tampa Bay Rays could beat the Bulls. Stop it. And what if we let the Bulls borrow Baker for one game? What numbers they're putting up. I think they're going to stick with Byron Brown. So it'll be interesting to see what this team does in the second half. Once again, tell everybody out there who you are and what show you're on live here from Tampa Joe's. Go.
Hey, yo, what's going on? This is Rich, big USF Bull fan. Glad to be here with Pete over here.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for having me on, by the way. It's great to talk about it. And let's come out and let's take the W.
Yes.
To North Texas over
Go
here. Let's
Bulls.
Go
Let's
Bulls.
go to the second half here. Enjoy the game. We'll be back for the post-game show. I'm your host, Peter Blake. 3 things. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Go Bulls and enjoy the second half of your game.